So many people in this room for this meeting. So we are talking about the Article 15 accessory dwelling units. The Arlington Redevelopment Board requested that the residential study group take a look at this article. They also, at the same time, filed it on the warrant for town meeting. The hearing on it is on the 25th.
But I'm very concerned that this issue is coming to us last. It has so far been discussed by the Zoning Bylaw Working Group, by the Housing Plan Implementation Committee, and by the ARB. And of those groups, we are the only one which has been directed solely to study the effects of development in established neighborhoods, which this certainly qualifies as.
But for the building, for our department, enforcement is not only difficult, I'm going to tell you right now, it's impossible. Mm-hmm. It's not going to be enforced.
I think one of the most important things up front is that we need to be sensitive and respectful of all of our neighbors, and especially the fact that most people who bought these homes bought them in a single-family neighborhood and are not looking for the neighborhood, the characteristics of the neighborhood to change greatly.
So I think this has been a really valuable discussion,
Absolutely.
raising all of the potential issues, problems, consequences, benefits, drawbacks of this article. And what this tells me is that this article is not ready for prime time. And if we want to, if the town wants to pursue accessory dwelling units in the future, it should be after a process with stakeholders where the language can be fleshed out, where the intent can be fleshed out. These are a lot of issues that the town should have a thorough vetting of, and I think that we make a recommendation to the ARB now that says we've identified numerous potential, drawbacks, unintended consequences, needs for modification, and that we recommend further study and that you withdraw the article for this year.
I agree.
I'd like to say I agree with that.
I think we can vote on it.
I think there are two. One is that even if we took 6 weeks and tried working through all of these issues, it would be difficult, and we don't have a process that easily lends itself to that. And second is that just hearing what's going on around the table and noticing all of the recording that's being done and so forth, this is something that's going to require a certain amount of interest at town meeting and in the community. And in fairness, I think that if any steps along this way, no matter how they're controlled, how we deal with enforcement issues and so forth, how we deal with incipient Airbnb issues, which are sort of nodding their head, but that's only part of it. There's a big part that isn't part of ADUs at all. Those are all things that need to be addressed after a conversation and a process where we can hear from people, where we can maybe winnow things down. We can hear from folks who want granny flats or kitty flats or whatever, and figure out the thing that best fits Arlington. And I think that it's too late in the year to do that. We can't do that between now and town meeting, and we don't need in a meeting. It's a long set of warrant articles with a lot of controversial stuff on it. I don't think we need to add this, which is sort of half-baked at this point, notwithstanding all the effort that's gone into it so far, to just add to the confusion and the divisiveness that I foresee happening anyway. So I agree with Liz. I think that we should just say we've seen a lot of problems and potential problems. We need to have a bigger process and so forth, and the ARB should recommend no action on this article, and we, without prejudice to being able to come back to it after we've given it more thorough study.